So the first High Impact Learning Leader Award is for Mr. Manoj Apte, Global Head of Learning and Development at Persistent Systems, someone driving transformative L&D initiatives, integrating learning deeply into the business, ensuring that talent across the organization is nurtured, creating experts in key technologies and domains, driving excellence and growth across the enterprise.
Very good evening. First of all, thank you so much, Pragati Leadership. Again, like someone else said, this is probably the first time that I'm on the dais and receive this award. And it's a rare occasion, and I really, my heartfelt gratitude to recognize me on this platform. So thank you so much. So I have written a few things which I felt I would like to share with all of you. And I don't think I have probably shared and put down my thoughts like this before. My core experience has been in testing, quality management, process engineering, and then eventually moved into learning and development. So learning and development is like last 7 years for me. I have not been born into this domain, but my previous experience definitely helped me to really do the right things in this particular role that I'm playing. And my, again, sincere thanks to all my colleagues as well as the Persistent leadership team, because that's where I think probably I have done the most of my good work. As an organization, Persistent Systems, as all of you might be observing, they also call it as the darling of the street. The stock is not looking back. And you can imagine all of us what would have probably done in the last 4 years, that we have doubled our revenue as well as the headcount. So all of us have been on the treadmill. So it's been a phenomenal journey in the last 4 years. But let me just kind of step back a little bit, reflecting back on where I come from. So and this is again, to be very honest, this is the first time that I'm really sharing this, something which is very personal. So I come from a very humble family, born and brought up in Nagpur. We are 5 of us, 5 siblings, parents, 7 of us, living in a 2 rooms rental house in Nagpur. And it's been a hard time, all these years, and it's been a phenomenal learning for me. And then that's one thing that I really learned, is to, how to make the best of whatever resources that you have. And I think that is something that also reflects in, what I am today, and even the way I manage my function as well as my teams. So in early 80s, in my school days, I realized that the only thing that I have which I can grow is the knowledge, right? And the only thing I can make the best out of my time and whatever the resources that I had was study. And that's what I decided, and that's how my learning journey actually started. And I have constantly believed that, continuous learning is the only way to really excel. And as we speak, I'm about to submit my PhD thesis with whatever that I have learned so far, and that too in education, not in technology. There have been ups and downs throughout my career, and challenges, and that has brought me where I am. And there are few things that I would like to share with all of you, and this is straight from my heart. And I somewhere feel that this is what I have started believing in, and I could be wrong in many ways. So one thing for sure, that I strongly believe in hard work and patience, and I have tremendous patience, and that's what my family, my wife, everybody says. And that has actually paid me a lot of returns. I strongly believe that failures and circumstances are our best teachers. And that is something that I have personally experienced throughout my life. There is nothing right or wrong as a decision. That is what I have also believed. And again, I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. Because there is no decision that is wrong. The very simple reason being, when we take a decision, there is a lot of thought, there is a lot of analysis that goes behind, then we take a decision. And I think it's so important that once you take the decision, then you have to just stick to it and execute it, and everything will go right. So that's other lesson that I have learned. Another one is since I never gave up on myself, I don't give up on people. And that is one thing which I have also been practicing consciously within my team. There are always, mixed bag of performers within our teams. And since I realized that, if I can do it, why someone else can't do it? That's another lesson for me. Don't get angry at anybody. And that's another belief that I have, because you are not responsible for what they are and how they are. So why to bother? I appreciate product management as a domain. Now this is completely out of context, but this is one thing which I have realized, and I have also been practicing, that the whole mindset of a product manager, if you have that mindset with you, irrespective of the kind of function that you are leading or part of, it completely changes your perspective of looking at things. Now, looking at learning and development itself, we look at every program as a product, and the way we treat it, it's like a product, and that's where you do the right things, from the branding to making it successful and so on. And I can go on. And then my last thing is, my background has really taught me to manage things with limited resources, as I said. And I really don't believe in wasting any resources. And I think that is one thing which many other methodologies also talk about, the lean and the agile and so on, right? Lastly, I'm very logical and rational, and at times, and probably less emotional, and that sometimes has brought me into trouble. But that's where I've learned the art of design thinking, and try to bring in that empathy into my own behavior. So with that, I would really again sincerely thank Pragati Leadership for recognizing me here. And as I said, this is probably the first time that I'm getting this kind of an award and the recognition. So sincere thanks and gratitude. Thank you.